Hey friends, Christy here with Little Roots Ranch, and today I am in the chicken and turkey enclosure because I figured that you might want to say hi to the turkeys. And so they'll probably just circle me the whole time during the video, but you can see how beautiful they are. So that's Lucian and that's Esther. Okay, so it is April, and April is so exciting for so many reasons. And today we're going to be talking about seeds to start in April. And that includes the vast majority, which are seeds to start outside, but also seeds to start inside, and then seeds to start at the end of the month, middle end of the month, and definitely after your last frost date. Now, if you're brand new to gardening, knowing when your last frost date is pretty important. And for me, in my year planning, I always use tax day, which is April 15th, because that's easy to remember. Technically, and that's pretty conservative for my area. Like this year, for instance, I'm pretty sure that I might have already had my last frost date, but I guess time will tell, right? But as a general, easy to remember when you're planning your big garden and all that stuff, just April 15th is just always an easy day to remember for multiple reasons. Okay, so first we're going to talk about what to sow outside. Now, obviously, as you can tell, it's t-shirt weather. Today's such a beautiful day. There's a lot that we can sow outdoors. And I know in my previous monthly videos, there's such a small list, but we really have a larger list this month because we're almost there, you guys. We're getting so close to the full growing season. But okay, so these are for planting outside. So first we have your root vegetables, which are beets, carrots, parsnips, radish, turnip, potato, basically any root vegetable. Then we've got our greens, and we've got spinach, Swiss chard, arugula, Asian greens, collard greens, kale, lettuce, basically any greens. And then we've got our herbs. We've got caraway, cilantro, dill, parsley, marjoram, summer savory, lemon balm, anise, hyssop. One quick note, if you are a canner or a pickle maker or whatnot, one thing that I always do is start my dill when I transplant out my cucumbers. And that I found, somebody told me that obviously, but I found that to be the best tell of when to put out or when to start your dill. If you're just growing it for beneficial insects or to have or any other reasons, you can start it right away. But if you are wanting to have it coincide with cucumber season, it's best to wait till more of the end of the month or so when you're transplanting out your cucumbers, or I guess beginning of next month, whatever. Okay. Then we've got cold crops, which are cold loving crops or basically brassicas, but same thing. But that's your broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and I forgot one on my list. And cauliflower. I don't know why I forgot that one. It's like my favorite. Then we've got beans and peas. So for peas, it's all peas, but you're basically at last call, and your risk for like mosaic diseases really increases. So if you have not planted your peas, I would get them in ASAP. And then of course, moving into beans, it's time to plant those. It's best to wait till after your last frost, but for the vast majority of you, that's like may have already happened or a week or two away. So it's not too sensitive. And of course, runner beans, I'm really excited for those. My vining beans, snap beans, all those things. Hi, Critty. So this chicken here, Critty, say hi. Come here. Oh, I'll grab her later. I named her after me, yes. Okay, then we've got other veg, which is kohlrabi and chives, leeks, and scallions. And so if you haven't gotten those started, you can go ahead and get those started outside. So next we're gonna talk about what you can start indoors. And that's really exciting because for me, I think it's Saturday is the 5th, and I am so incredibly excited because that's the 5th of April, and which means I will be warming up my hothouse, and I will be starting my tomatoes and my peppers, and the whole list, the tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, ground cherries, and tomatoes. I'm sorry, tomatillos. Those are things to start inside if you haven't. I'm sure most of you have already started your tomatoes. But if you haven't, it's definitely not too late at all. And actually large farms start them significantly later just because of the volume and stuff like that. All right, so then we've got things to start indoors in late April. And this is as far into April as you can wait. And so it's basil, which I think a lot of times we start basil earlier, but to get the best, most healthy plant, big, beautiful, just basil, you really want to wait later. It's really sensitive and so fast growing. And then we've got the last of our indoor batch, right? Which is the cucumbers, the melons, hairy melons, which melons are a little tough to grow if you're brand new, but just putting it in there. Pumpkins, summer squash, winter squash, all the squashes or things in the cucumbaceae family. Now, I do want to make, every year I go on about this a little bit, and I will probably do a video in late April as well. But when we're thinking about cucumbers, melons, pumpkins, and the squashes, winter and summer, one thing you want to know is that the roots absolutely hate being transplanted. They hate being messed with. They hate being looked at. I don't know. They're very finicky, which is the exact reason that we don't want to start them earlier. And I know because I see it either in my comments or on gardening websites, social medias, whatever, where a lot of people start them earlier. But here's the thing, it's one of those, one, they're incredibly fast growing, but all of us have had, if you've been gardening for a while, have had where you've put out cucumber starts and they're just not doing anything. Those roots are so temperamental, and that little cucumber plant will stay like 1.5 inches tall the entire summer and not budge, and it's so annoying. Sorry, my turkey's bumping into my camera stand, so sorry if it's looks like I'm moving. And so I just want to stress that a lot. If you are using any kind of pot type, like the soil blocks that I use, or newspaper pots or things like that that allow for root growth, that's something that you want to do. And for me personally, I transplant my cucumbers almost like the second, like they have even their first, like right before or right as they get their first true leaves. They're teeny tiny, and I get them transplanted as fast as possible. Otherwise, they just, they give everyone such a problem if they're in their pot too long. And then the last thing, which really isn't necessarily related to a food, but it's sunflowers. And I love sunflower. I know there's other flowers, obviously, but sunflowers are so gorgeous and my favorite. So I just throw in sunflowers. But anyways, as you can tell, there's so many things that we can plant this year. And basically it's kind of the open season for anything that you're wanting. You know, we're coming up on the earliest of the last of the vegetables and the end of the earliest vegetables. So everything is available in April, which makes it such an exciting month. It's starting to warm up. The days are longer. I can feel the garden already. But anyways, thank you for watching. If I forgot anything, thank you, Rooster. If I forgot anything, go ahead and put it in the comments, or if you're starting anything, or if you've already got things going and how they're doing, just because everyone can learn from everyone. But anyways, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Happy gardening. Bye.